Hello, chess family. It's me, National Master Jesse James, and today we're going to be taking a look from one of my personal games. This one is from round 3 in the Memorial Madness, which was in 2022. And, well, things just seem to go right in this game. I played actually against one of my friends, Brandon Ware. He's about 1700 rating strength. And unfortunately for him, he just made a few moves that were just not concise in the opening. He was wasting time there, and, well, I got plenty of tempos to start an attack. This is a nice little miniature. Let's take a look. Here we start off with d4, e6. I'm playing with the white pieces. Knight f3, knight f6, bishop g5, my Tory attack. h6 attacking the bishop, bishop to h4, and pawn to d5. Always happy to see this as, well, the e5 square becomes weak. Pawn e3, pawn b6. This is the first move where I'm just like, okay, not too much needed here just yet. And, well, one of the things about this move that particularly that's not too good is it makes the light squares weak. Of course, I'd like to play bishop b5 check here, but there's so many ways to defend. That's why this next move comes in very handy. Do you see what white plays here to get control of the light squares here? And also, well, control the center. Remember, I do encourage you to push pause whenever you can. Here the move was, hopefully you found it, knight to e5. Now, typically we have the rule, do not move the same piece twice, but well, this threatens to develop with a threat here. As you can see, now I have ideas about controlling these squares together with the bishop to b5 check. And, well, the knight looks very nicely placed here, too. All right, what did black play here? Well, Brandon goes ahead and plays bishop to a6, a move that is already very, very weakening. Why? Well, we mentioned already that the light squares are weak. He's allowing me to develop my bishop by trading it off, but also allowing the white squares to get even weaker here. Well, I'm more than happy to. I'm going to go ahead and trade. Already the computer here is giving a +2 advantage, and we're only on move, 6. All right, well, bishop takes on a6, knight takes on a6. And, well, like I said, these light squares are weak. There's a few good moves here to try and take an advantage of them. Here I went ahead and just played queen to e2. And the idea here, well, I'm threatening the knight, but also queen to b5 check can be a little bit annoying here too. That being said, computer likes the pawn to c4 move even more, and I don't blame him. Here comes with the idea of queen to a4 check. Now, I didn't personally like this move too much because, well, bishop b4 check can get played first, and then it allows them to castle. Again, white still holds a good advantage here, but I'm a little bit more human, I guess. I went ahead and played queen e2, developing with a threat. Here he went ahead and played knight to b8. And now, well, what do we do here? I just went ahead and castled. Castles is one of the best moves in the position that you can play. Unfortunately, the queen b5 check, I thought it was doing well, but unfortunately, it was not doing as much as I wanted to after the simple move of pawn to c6. And after this, my queen just has to retreat. And, well, black can just go ahead and kick the queen away even more so, or just keep developing pieces. I can't even take the pawn on c6 as queen d7 pins it and wins it. All right, so simple chess here. Just go ahead and castle. Again, whenever you're in these games where you have a small advantage, you keep pushing and playing correctly. Don't try to take advantage of these small advantages real quick because there's plenty of fight left in them. If your opponent's making weaknesses or bad moves, odds are they're going to keep doing these weaknesses and bad moves. So we just continue by playing strong moves of continuing development, developing pieces. All right, here again, he wastes another tempo, pawn to a6. Again, each move here, each tempo lost allows me to keep building my attack. And, well, when your opponent's king's in the center, what should you do? Simple chess. You're going to try to make pawn trades to open up the position so that you can attack the king. Again, a6 was not a good move. Probably something like bishop e7 is just good enough here. Again, I think he was worried about if bishop e7, the queen b5 check. And here I'm pretty sure he missed pawn to c6 here. Again, the knight can't take because queen to d7 is just good. And, I mean, if they play c6, the queen has to retreat. Black should just be doing okay in that position. Again, a6 got played. And, well, let's open up this position. What do we play? Look for the pawn traits. c4. A nice move here saying, ooh, let's look about taking on d5. And it even comes with some ideas about taking on f6 first and then taking on d5. Okay, well, black to move. Again, Brandon does not play the best move here. He gets a little too ambitious and plays pawn to g5. A move I'm very, very happy to see as it just creates weaknesses. What do? Again, simple chess. Do not attack right away. Just bring your bishop back. Knight e4 got played. Again, very happy to see this move. He's made a lot of random pawn moves to me, it looks like. And then now he's moving the same piece twice. Hey, Jesse, you did that. Mine was also with the threat of developing the queen. Hey, Don't put me in that category. Anyways, knight e4 got played. Yeah, there's quite a few good moves here that you can play. Queen h5 I analyzed for quite a while just because f7 is so weak. But again, I just go back to the basics and I'm going to look for development. And also, well, trades. Remember, you want to make pawn trades here to open up the game so your rooks can come into the game. And so I started off with c takes d5, e takes d5. Now I have this pawn that's a little bit weakening. And then I continue with development. What do you play? Knight to c3. Either way, I'm looking at trading here, and there's a lot of fun ideas here if he does not take. Here he played the best move for black, which was just to go ahead and trade here. Again, if you're not paying attention, you play something like, I don't know, bishop d6. Well, can't do that as I can just grab a free pawn right here. Not too good of a move. Bishop takes on e5, bishop takes on e5, a double threat here. And this will always happen. There always will be something because you don't have your pieces developed. This is just very, very natural whenever you're in these positions. Like, oh, they just always seem to have ideas. Yeah, because you have more pieces out. Whenever you have less pieces out, it's less ideas. They can't move around as much. Oh, gosh. Is there any other move that black can try to play here? Bishop g7. I was waiting for this one. After this move, I was simply going to go ahead and take, and then I have pawn f4, queen c4. Here I have a backwards pawn open file. Even rook to c1 is good here just to develop. Here white just has a +5 advantage. I'm already up a rook. With that being said, in the game, he took on c3. Simple chess. We just take back. Bishop g7, and now he's getting ready to castle. Here I want to dissuade him from castling as much as possible, so I put more pressure on the king side. Do you see what we play here? Keep up with the theme. We're going to open up the center, open up the game. What do you play here? Look for the pawn trade. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We play pawn to f4 here. The idea is very simple. We're trying to open up the f file here. And it's not so easy just to get rid of this knight as well. After bishop takes e5, f takes e5. Now you have this open rook. E4 is being threatened. Queen h5 is another idea. Oof. This knight on e5 is just so strong right here. Knight to d7 was played. And here, well, I like this move. Again, keep up with the theme. What do you do here? Open up the position. So I went ahead and played. Where's the next pawn lever? Where's the next pawn trade? Pawn to e4. I'm trying to get my queen to attack this king. If f takes g5, this is a move here. I don't like it as much. Yeah, queen can take back here. Knight can take on e5. Things are still better for white here. But again, I like this e4 pawn move because now I got a nice x-ray attack against this king. And well, my opponent here just made a silly mistake. He was not paying attention too much. He probably thought he was getting a free tempo, and he plays g takes f4. Again, something that I was very excited to see because it's only going to open up. f4 will fall at some point, and again, I'm just going to be able to keep attacking this king. Well, I highly encourage you now to push pause. White to move and win. The next series of moves are all forced, and well, this makes my little miniature a very nice little gem. All right, hopefully you push pause. Hopefully you see the idea. White to move here. What's the top move? Look for the temples. Look to attack the king. Now you could play e takes d5 here right away, but maybe knight takes e5 gets played, and I can't open the game now as the bishop's defending. Here the right move to play was knight to c6. What a beautiful move. It gives a nice tempo on the queen, and well, where does the queen go? Queen really has no good squares to move to. In the game, Brandon went ahead and put the queen to f6, and it makes sense here that queen f6 would get played because it develops maybe a little defense, but really trying to attack the knight. But everything's in check here. E takes on d5 check. The queen works perfect with this, and now the king must move. Oh, only one good square. The king went to f8, and simple chess here. What do you play? Yeah, I did the easiest move I can find. Rook takes on f4, winning the pawn, but now opening up the f7 idea. Here you can see that the queen, knight are already looking at some squares here. I had anticipated his next move, which was rook e8. And well, there's many different ways to win here, but simple was just to move the queen and make a threat. So what do you play? Simple chess. Queen to g4, and the game was over. He went ahead and resigned on move 20. And I don't blame him, as everything here, well, it's just bad. When the queen goes to g4, you are now attacking the knight on d7, and the queen still attacked. And there's nowhere you can move the queen to defend all these threats. For instance, well, can we play something like queen to d6? White to move and win. What do you play here? There's quite a few moves here to win, but I like the force moves again, like I said. So rook takes f7 check, king takes f7, bishop takes on d6, and even now queen to queen takes on d7 here is very strong also. Oof. Here black has to play something like knight f6 and rook f1. And if c takes, yeah, this is still just a huge advantage here for white here. Oof. Queen h5 check, and the king must go to f8. If you go to g8, rook takes on f6. Oh my gosh, this is just, yeah, this is just a dirty position. And again, there's just nowhere for the queen to move to in this position. You can't even go to g6. Simple chess. You just take, and because of the pin, you're just up an extra queen. Where's the only place the queen can try to move to? I guess you can try with g5, but after queen takes d7, you can see that the king is just in shambles over here. My rooks are about to get doubled up. f7's weak, knight's good, bishop good. All the pieces are just too good here. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little miniature. We'll see you in the next one.